Hey guys, this is Ben with Joe's Gaming and Electronics coming back at you with another repair video on the Powerbeats Pro. Today, we're going to be replacing the speaker cover and the speaker. So let's go over the tools we're going to be using. I have a flathead screwdriver, some tweezers, some Loctite super glue, goof off for cleaning off glue residue, isopropyl alcohol, a microfiber cloth, and I also have my soldering station and my heat gun in the corner. And of course, you can find all of these tools on our website down, linked in the description below. So let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is use the heat gun, and we're gonna heat up this speaker housing right around where this seam is. And what we wanna do is direct the heat from this side all the way around to this side and just focus it around this seam. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you want to keep moving it around continuously so that you don't melt the plastic. And now we're going to pry this housing upwards, so pull against this speaker nub. Just like that. Until it comes apart, but don't pull it off completely because there's a ribbon right there. So then you'll want to get a flathead screwdriver, and while it's still warm, try and pick away at some of this glue that's around the speaker until you can fit the flathead screwdriver underneath the speaker and start prying it up. Alright, and then you could pull on this and free it, but make sure you don't pull too hard because this is also connected by a ribbon. And I'll go ahead and pull off this excess glue, just as much of it as I can right now, but we'll make sure to clean it up later. All right, there we are. Now what we want to do is warm up this bit of glue that's covering the speaker terminals here, as well as the glue that's holding this board onto the back of the speaker. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I like to do is give it a little bit of heat and then move it away, just so we don't heat it up for too long. And this will help keep the heat consistent. There we go. And now we'll use a flathead screwdriver to just pick that up. Just like that. And then we'll also get underneath this board right there. And sometimes if you're not quick enough, the glue will cool back down, so let's go ahead and give it a little bit more heat. All right, we'll give that another shot. There you go, now we're underneath the board. Now pry it up just enough. Then we'll get our soldering iron, and we want to unsolder these two terminals right here. And they're very small, so take your time and be careful. Just like that. Now there's the speaker. We're going to continue to remove this housing from the ribbon. So to do that, we're going to have to heat up this ribbon entirely. So as you can see, this one already came off. Sometimes it won't be that easy to come off on its own, so you'll have to heat that up as well and then just slightly tug on it. But since that came off, we don't have to worry about it. Right now we're going to direct the heat around where this glue is located, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'll just do a few quick passes over it. Alright, and then this is where our tweezers will come in handy. So I'll use the tweezers and I'll go underneath this glue right around there and just slowly work your way around it, lifting this up. Be careful not to dig too far underneath, as you can damage the components that are soldered on the bottom of this flexible PCB. Alright, now that that's up, can lift it entirely out of there. And just like that, we separated this sensor ribbon from the speaker housing. So now at this point, if you had a damaged speaker housing or a damaged not functional speaker, you would replace these. Since I don't have extra parts here with me, I'll just pretend these are my replacement parts and I'll go ahead and show you how to assemble them back together. So basically what we're gonna do is reverse the entire process. We're actually gonna start with the speaker and we'll place it back on here. So sometimes if you get a replacement speaker, it may have trouble fitting in the same housing if there's extra glue. So you can just like go ahead and pry this little bit of glue that's off, that's stuck on here. You could pry that off. Give it a little touch there and it should come off. That'll help this speaker sit nicely. So there is a little bit of tape on the bottom and you wanna connect this flat side of the ribbon onto this glue or this tape. And then just line up those two terminals. Once again, they're kind of small. Hope you can see those. Make sure that those line up with the speaker terminals. And then we'll carefully solder those back on. There's one. And then there's the other. And that's all it should take. Now we'll take a new speaker cover and we'll go ahead and place this ribbon onto it. If the ribbon has the rubber piece still on it, you can see that this rubber holder is stuck on this housing, but it will come off. It's just held on with a piece of tape. Sometimes it will actually stick to the ribbon instead of that, so make sure you don't have one doubled up, or if one's missing. It's not super critical that it's there, but just be aware that it should be there. So we'll go ahead and line that up and it should sit there in place, and there's still a little bit of adhesive that should hold it. So if you just press it in, it should line up, and then this part of the ribbon should fit into this groove. And then we'll also line up this corner sensor and just press it right down into place as well. Just like that. Then what we'll do is flip the speaker over into the housing, and now it should hold. You'll have to keep a little bit of pressure onto it so it doesn't pop back out. But at this point, you can see how it should line up, and these seams should be entirely flush, just like that. You shouldn't have any gaps. However, if you do have some gaps, that means there might be some extra glue in here, and there's definitely extra glue, as we can see this residue around here. So we'll go ahead and pick that out before we line this back up. All right, there we are. Now we've got most of that glue out, so we'll go ahead and line the speaker back up into the speaker cover, and we'll do another test fit. And you should be able to see where this ribbon comes down next to the sensor on the cover. It should fit right into that seam that you see there, this opening, and that will ensure you get a tight fit, just like that. Now there is a little bit of glue residue still sticking out, but we'll make sure to clean that up after the gluing process, and then make sure that there's a tight seam there as well. All right, now that we know it fits, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back out and line this with some glue. So we'll use this Loctite 495 super glue compound, and we'll just try to make a very consistent line of glue around this rim where all of that old glue residue was. All right, and now we'll have to put this speaker back into the cover. Line it up once more. And then we'll seal it shut. And now don't worry if there's a little bit of extra glue residue. We'll hold this for a couple of seconds, Then we'll go ahead and get our goof off, put a little bit of dow on our microfiber towel, and then you can go ahead and just wipe off that excess glue. But you'll want to be careful once you start coming close to this clear sensor cover. You don't want to put all sorts of cleaning compounds on it because it is more just more susceptible to marring and staining from different compounds, and goof off will definitely do that to it. So when you're working around that, you do want to be careful. And then we'll just wipe off any more of that goof off residue with a little bit of alcohol, and you don't have to worry about this getting all over the beads. All right, and there you have it. That's how you replace the speaker cover and the speaker. If you guys have any questions regarding this video, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll do our best to reply to those. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.